Hello, hello, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. We're going to talk about drag racing. And one of the first things we do in most cases when we go drag racing is getting the car to hook. And we've gone over that in a couple of videos. But one thing I neglected to tell you guys that we've learned in some of our little trips to the track. Well, my son, he's learned, and I've learned from him with this. We put slicks on a vehicle, and that's what most people do. But then you'll talk to a few fellas, and they'll say, well, I go faster with a drag radial. And chances are they might, because we've done that. We've put in the drag radials on a car and going faster. So that would be a good thing in most cases. But what we've discovered, my son discovered, is this. If you're using a stick shift car, and most Mustangs are stick shift cars, when you're young and you want to get all excited, go on the track, you want the stick, most people do. At least I did. That's normal. And it's hard to get away from that, guys. But there's a problem in the drag radial world when you have a stick shift car. And it's something you might not think about. That drag radial is more aggressive than a slick. Well, it's not more aggressive. It has less cushion in the sidewall. So when that thing grabs, that tire is sending all that vibration that a slick would absorb right back to the axles and into the transmission. We've noticed a lot of guys have broke their transmissions every time they've used the radial. Now, here's one thing to keep in mind. That all depends on how the clutch is set up. So it's like a 10-step segment I have to do to explain all this. And you know who you're talking to here, guys, like I keep telling you. I could really use my son's help when I do these segments with this. But it comes down to this. I want to do little dips and dabs when I think of stuff to help somebody out that may be going drag racing for the first time with a Fox body or, well, any kind of vehicle. It's just that the 5 speeds in a Mustang, they're only good for so much horsepower and torque. Now, we've gone 10s with them transmissions, and my son has. So why would that be? And why does he get away with it? Well, it's not because he's lucky, because we're not lucky guys. It's the way he has the clutch set up. And he's not using an over aggressive clutch. For the longest time, we've actually used a standard store clutch, like an Advance replacement clutch. And I don't know about now, but before they were like a Zoom. They were made by Zoom. A lot of them were. I don't know who has what now as far as what company would be making that. But we've had good luck with them. They've stayed in the car. And like I said, my son sets the clutch up on the soft side with a firewall adjuster. And he's really good at that. So I just wanted to do this video because of that reason. If you guys are going to usually pick between a slick or a drag radial, people don't have a lot of money to just buy usually 2 sets of tires, especially when you're a young guy and you're just trying to go to the track, have a little fun. So the slick is an easier way to go when it comes to the drivetrain. It's easier on the drivetrain. Getting ahead of myself, fellas. I'm trying to think how to say this and make it simple, but it's just that the tire absorbs a lot of, especially if you have wheel hop, that takes away all the vibration, most of it, it's more lenient. I'll put it to you that way, guys. I wish I had a better way of explaining this. But the drag radial, like I said, you usually put down more mile per hour with that. Now, my son had the black car that's up on the wall over here. And he first started out with this car. And he called me up. He says, "Dad, could you bring the slicks down to the track for me?" He had no gear in this car. It had 308s, I believe, in it. And then he went to 355s. So when he gave me that phone call, I don't remember if it had the 308s or 355s in it. But the slicks were, I believe, 26-inch, and the drag radials were 28. He called me up. He says, "Never mind. I just went faster on the drag radials." And that's with a stock engine. But that had an automatic trans in it. So you're saying, "Terry just said he went faster with them." Yeah, he did. But it had the automatic C4 with a 4500 stall converter. But the converter, the way that came in, it eased its way in. It wasn't over aggressive either. So that's another thing you keep in mind, guys. You might think, well, I'm automatic, I'm safe. The way that converter locks up or locks in is very important too. So if you're using stock axles and a stock trans, I just thought I'd do this video to hopefully help somebody out that maybe undecided what route to go. Because not many people talk about that. And then you'll be breaking transmissions and having every guy in the world tell you, well, you need to upgrade your transmission, you need to upgrade your axles, which you do. That's always a good thing to do anyway, but you can get away with stock stuff if you do it on the right path as far as setting things up. So I hope that would help somebody. And I hope I didn't go around in circles too much with this, guys. I'm tired tonight, fellas, so cut me a little slack here if you can. I've been out in the garage 3 or 4 times today, and I try to do segments, and I couldn't even think. I've had some things on my mind lately, and I'm a little overwhelmed at the minute. But I did want to at least make this video to tell you guys that. And Christmas is coming up. Somebody may be saying, "Hey, what do you want for Christmas?" And it might be a pair of tires, and this might help you make a decision what way to go. Now, I will say, in most cases, guys, slicks will, depending how hard you are on them, can actually double the life of a drag radial. If you're hard on a drag radial with burnouts and stuff, you won't get many runs out of them. And it depends on, of course, what make drag radial, air pressure, and all that stuff. But on an average basis, a pair of slicks like these have been very good to us. We've been using the Mickey Thompsons, and there are other ones. There's Hoosiers and Goodyear slicks and whatever other brands people might want to run. But the Mickey Thompsons have really been generous to us. It's not real easy on them, and they've done us justice for a long time. Half the time we use used Mickeys that people don't want anymore, and they've gotten us by where they're a little bit beat up. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to watch, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the new subscribers, and I appreciate you guys that's been with me. So I hope this helps somebody out that may be thinking about what way to go with that. Do your own homework. Don't just take Terry's word. I'm not the only guy in the world that knows what tires to put on your car. So do your homework and before you spend your hard-earned money, guys. So that's what I'm always trying to do, is help somebody from maybe saying they were sorry that they bought the drag radial instead of a slick. So hope this is helpful to you guys. With that, I'm going to Gwen, I think I need a little rest, I think, guys. Have a good night and thanks again, and God bless you.